Alright, so take 7, I think, or 6. So, yeah, basically, I've been trying to upload my video and it's not working. I wanted to put things in a light note is that they do have weaknesses and they try to scare you for a reason. They want you to basically submit to their only option, which is this. I mean, where does the word archetype come from? That is the whole realm of these people, like their agenda, everything is all about an archetype. They want to program us to believe only that their version of paradigm is what we need to accept, and that's the whole agenda that they have. That's what the NWO is all about. That's what they're trying to do to us, is just make us accept resistance is futile, blah blah blah, all this kind of, like, you have no choice. Like, what does Darth Vader say to Luke, Anakin Skywalker? What does he say? He says, you have to come join the dark side, blah blah blah. This is the whole game. They try to say you have to sell your soul or you won't have any money, you'll have a crappy life. Well, screw them, because they're just lying to people. They're trying to manipulate you, and they're very powerful. I mean, this morning, I swear to you, I was praying and I blacked out, and it was not like a regular blackout. I was like kind of like moved like 3 or 4 feet, and I thought, okay, maybe it was because I was running or something, but then I went to pray more, and yeah, the same kind of feeling was trying to, I don't know, it was like a vibrational energy inside my body that was, I don't know, from someone else. Like, I know this supernatural stuff, that's the whole point, is like in Max Spears, who died recently, like was found with this black goo apparently by him, and his mother said that, it was because he was uncovering some of this black agenda that they're doing, and that's basically, these people are flipping powerful, and you have to really understand that they won't stay in you for long. They just want to take your energy, and then if you're not, like, I don't know, maybe not everybody has the same sort of level of maybe source genetics or something like this, and then they leave you, but because there's other places they can go and they need to hide sometimes or something like this. I don't really understand all of the psychology of these archons, but I do know that they are there and they're coming more and more rapidly, and I think, to be honest, that the positive energy that you have is what will help us get rid of these things. And people say, oh, this is just nonsense, blah blah blah. Well, if you turn on MTV and you see all the music videos and all of the imagery that they're projecting on us, that their movies, their dark horror movies and all this kind of evil stuff, they're trying to scare the crap out of people. And what is the whole point of that is because that is the realm that they live in. That's the Sith Empire, the Archon Empire. It's, sucking out our energy. It is parasitic, and that's what's going on. And we've been dealing with this for a long time. We just don't recognize the whole system that they have because they speak in languages that are not like our languages. They're like hidden. I mean, they can even make numbers change. I mean, this Mandela effect changed the words in the Bible, and people were like, oh, this is not really Mandela effect is fake and everything, and then they know the Bible and they go and check, and there's verses in the Bible that are changed. So these people are like high powered black magicians. They are very powerful, and you have to understand that you're dealing with like entities who don't want to listen to us rejecting them. So we have to understand their weaknesses, and I think basically they're trying, the way they take over most people is they tempt you, like the Jesus in the burning bush, and all these stories about them temptations, like temptations of Christ, all these things. They're trying to provide you with the world is your oyster idea, and that's how you get sucked into their world, and then everything gets taken over from there. And that's why you have to understand this kind of part of this is that, like Ghostbusters and all these movies and things. Oh, we think ghosts are fake and blah blah blah. Well, no, that stuff is real. People are Necromonicon, this cult of Cthulhu, H.P. Lovecraft. Like, these people are into high sorcery, grimoire stuff. Like, they study this stuff. John Dee. I mean, John Dee was, from what my research is, he's the one who created the Bible. Like, the King James version is from John Dee, who was like into very high power magic and occult. And the only reason I know this stuff is because I'm a Scorpio, and I've been like under this sort of like realm. Like I said, I'm sangreal. I have blue blood as it can get. It's so blue. And like, they even lied to me when I went to donate blood. They tried to say it was positive, and you can see the bag is blue blood. Like it's like, why would they lie to me about that? So there's a real agenda going on, and that's why I'm trying to blow the whistle and help you guys understand all of the facets of how their system works and what they're looking for and what they're trying to do to you. Because it's like all vibrational energy. They're trying to suck out, and they're parasites, and they're trying to manipulate you by controlling the media, controlling the movie industry. This garbage that they put out, the pop songs that get stuck in your head, the melodies, all this stuff is a vibrational energy that they have. They have backmasking, like these songs you can play backwards, and you hear all this like negative, what you call dark subliminal messages that they're sending to you. What is that? It's a vibrational energy that they live off of. That's the whole realm that they're living in. Yeah, like, it's hard to say exactly like why they've been able to go this long, but what I think also is that there's elements to play in here where there's other entities also, maybe future versions of ourselves. We don't really understand time and what's going on. We don't understand if we've been here before. That's why deja vu happens, possibly. We don't really know. They, like, from over eavesdropping on what these archons are saying, like Max Spears talked about this reality management system and like this augmented reality. If you see how fast it's progressing, you can see that they actually probably have already succeeded to isolate everybody. But I think there's a way that people can break through, and I think I've figured out how to do it, because they seem really panicked about what I've been able to project so far, and I think that's having an impact. If not an impact on anyone else, it's been impacting me spiritually, to be closer to God and to get my spiritual power back, so that I don't have to live under this parasitic, I don't know, their control system, the way they want to control people's minds, the way they want to control reality, everything. I don't want to go along with it, and I don't agree with it, and it's kind of like how we have to understand the system that they're trying to put on us. So I'm not trying to repeat myself, but I do think that they're working on high harmonic vibrational energy, and this black goo that they're talking about. Like, there's a Lady Gaga video, and I was watching some other clips that I posted on my YouTube channels about this black goo. And like, one scientist, he was saying this genetic engineering is that the black goo can actually fit in part of the helix where it's on the curvature, because there's a fractal part of that like node where the ribosomes are connected to the other helix, where the chirality from the two DNA strands are coming together. DNA is only one side of it, but it's connected together by a ribosome. So this area, he's saying, is a part of the area where the black goo will go into it, and it will like kind of parasitically live there in your DNA. That's probably why they locked the DNA, and that's probably what this is all about, is that is the key way for them to get inside of us. Is they've been able to lock the DNA, so that allows you to be like basically an antenna for them, and they can take you over and then try to play mind games with you, try to make you think you're hallucinating, hearing things, smelling things, like smelling things that like no one else smells, and hearing things that no one else hears, and you think, oh, maybe I'm going crazy or something, or people around you would say, oh, you're just going crazy, or you're messed up. But no, it is this whole archon system. Once you start to wake up to them, you will start to interact with them, and you will realize that they're there around you, and that they're trying to feed off of you. And that's the whole thing, is like, some of you have already been taken over, so you're not going to listen to this at all, because you already know that you're part of them. But the other people who don't know, you have to understand the vibrational, like, this science that they have, they've been developing it. That's what LHC is called, Alice and Atlas and all these things in CERN. They are not naming these things for no reason, like enroll and all their symbolism. They're using Latin and all these things. I mean, these people have been planning an agenda like this for so long, and they've been doing it to us time and time again. And this is probably why it feels like you are stuck in a web. Like, I was watching the soccer, and it's, hexagon balls or hexagons all wrapped together, black and white duality, and then you put it into a net which looks like a spider's web. It's a rectangle box, like you're playing inside a rectangle box. These whole things, and the whole world watches, and it's under a trance of these sort of high-powered people, and we don't really understand it because the vibrations that they are on are so low that we don't perceive them. They are just like hypnotically entrancing people, and you don't really want to believe that they're doing that, but that's the whole way they do everything. So I think that we need to develop some sort of vibrational harmonics, like the ones they torture me with, this EMF scalar. We need to figure out how to break the EMF to reverse it, to reverse the power that they have, and destroy that sort of energy source, or whatever Ghostbusters kind of technology, like poltergeist, exorcist kind of thing. Like, they use science to corrupt our DNA, so we need to use science to unlock our DNA. Nootropics is one, biohacking. We need to figure out how to change our DNA so that they cannot take us over again. And I think that's the reason why they're not able to really mess with me much, and they're getting pissed off about it, and they're really like the anger that I'm experiencing from whatever RMS or whatever this, I mean, they yell at me in public and stuff. They will swear at me, they will ride along and just like glare at me. I had kids like glaring at me like they were like possessed, literally like possessed, I don't know how to describe it. It was just like they were just staring at me, and just like I was like, what the hell, go away. Like, I'm reading a book. I don't want to, like, what are you looking at me for? And it was really this kind of archetype system that they want to install fear in you, and you have to just laugh at them, because like in my other previous video, these people are cursed so bad that they are so delusional, and they're like incessantly trying to never give up on this agenda. And spiritually, this is a war, and you have to try to beat them. And people can laugh at me and say this is not real, but Buddha came, Muhammad ﷺ came, all these people came to teach you something. They came to teach you, all the prophets, peace be upon all of